What's up guys, today I have a video for you featuring Kang the Conqueror and Thanos. I've been playing a lot of Kang and I realized that he's a card that helps you win, but he's not a win condition. And to make him work in a deck well, I chose an existing deck that is already strong, and that's Thanos. Let me go over the cards in this deck to show you why it works well together. So to make Thanos and Kang work well together, Lockjaw is a core card to make everything work. Lockjaw by himself is already a core card in Thanos, so it would work well with Kang as well. He's important to the deck because he allows us to draw cards faster to get our strong powered cards to put on the field. It also allows us to play Kang anytime we want, and anytime Kang is summoned, it will actually help us win because we'll learn more about what the opponent is going to play. To start out with our low cost cards, I have Sunspot and Quinjet. Sunspot is a good card overall because he allows us to gain power when we skip turns, and sometimes you don't draw the cards or you don't want to use the stones early on. Quinjet is really good in this deck. He makes the stones cost 0 because the stones weren't originally in your deck from the beginning. Thor is a card that I kind of had to test out a bit, and I think he works well in the deck because he allows us to use Mjolnir on Lockjaw, and it also gives us a high powered card that only costs 3. Shang-Chi is my favorite card in the entire game, and I think with this meta, he's pretty much essential to every deck. Leech is a good card overall with Lockjaw because once he pops out, he puts you at a huge advantage to slow down your opponent, and it might just make your opponent retreat overall. Captain Marvel. Now I think she's a really good card because no one really utilizes her. I originally had Vision in the deck and I thought he worked well because we could predict what our opponent would play with Kang and we could just move him around, but in reality you can't really use Vision the way you want it to. It's extremely hard to predict if your opponent will play the same card or new cards. Captain Marvel really helps us win sometimes because once she pops out of Lockjaw or if you summon her, she'll go to a lane that you aren't too sure about winning. Arrow, obvious pick for any deck right now. She's gonna get nerfed. I'm not sure what I'm gonna replace her with when the time comes, but I just tossed her in here. Leader is a funny card because no one at all, I have not seen him used like since he's been nerfed. I put him in this deck because no one, I mean literally no one expects for a leader to pop out of a Lockjaw. No one expects a leader to be played on turn 6 or turn 5. He's really good to make your deck have more cards on the field. Like let's say you're winning mid lane and right lane, playing leader on turn 6 will pretty much guarantee the win because you're already winning those lanes. Overall, I think leader works well because he has that element of surprise, and since our deck is so slow, it allows us to have more cards on the field that we wouldn't be able to originally. Lastly, I have Magneto in the deck because he's just a good card overall, and he allows us to move annoying cards like Cosmo. It allows us to play Kang or Leech or anything better. Now I'm going to play a couple games and I'll show you that the deck is actually cohesive and it actually works. Okay, looks like we got our Thanos and our Kang. Quinjet is going to Onslaught Citadel, so he's going to get that double power because it's an ongoing card, but it's not really going to matter to us because the stones are going to be 0 regardless. Okay, the Raft. Nothing to play here. I could play Space Stone, but I don't want to toss it out for no reason like that. Here, waiting. Okay, so we have Lockjaw, and I could play Space Stone, but again, not worth playing it because there's nothing to move. Looks like he has a Thanos deck as well, but he doesn't know that we have Kang. Power Stone, Space Stone. Whatever comes out of here, I can move it, which I might not really want to do because I still need to play a card on here to get the Raft out. Okay, he does Lockjaw. He's doing the exact same thing as me so far. He gets Chavez. I get Sunspot and Thor, which is pretty good. I think here I'm going to play Arrow and Mind Stone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move Sunspot over. I'm going to actually play Arrow far left to move whatever he has, and I'm going to play Mind Stone, Power Stone mid. Yeah, so he played here. It's not going to move, but I might as well put power on the board. So it doesn't really matter to us at the end of the day. Okay, it looks like he's playing a power up stone deck with like Khazar and Blue Marble. Yeah, I got Mjolnir, powered up Thor, and what we get here is really going to determine if we win this middle lane. Okay, we get Magneto. Luckily, honestly, there's only 2 other cards that I could have drawn that would help us win, which would be Shang-Chi and Magneto. Now here, I am going to play Kang because we might as well see what he's going to play and what 0 cost card he has. So the next turn, I can play Helicarrier and Thanos or Shang-Chi and Helicarrier, but there's no reason to play Shang-Chi because I'm going first. It's more of determining where I want to play these cards, and Soulstone also works well on Onslaught Citadel. Okay, let's see what he plays. He plays Spectrum. Oh, and he plays Shang-Chi mid, so we lose that lane for certain. There's that location, but it's not something that we can actually know that it's going to turn back into because the RNG resets, but Lockjaw is going to pull out the same card, which is Soulstone. So from his play there, we know that he plays Shang-Chi. So here, I'm going to play my strongest card, which is Thanos. Then I'm going to play Helicarrier, Soulstone, Space Stone into this lane. Shadowland didn't really have anything worthwhile, so it doesn't really matter. It's more of what he's putting into Onslaught Citadel. Okay, yep, Shang-Chi mid again. And here, it should pull out the Soulstone. And I think he misplayed here because he should have played Soulstone first and then Spectrumed. Yeah, so it got Soulstone again. Even if he played correctly on that turn, he still would have lost. Playing against Symbiotic Sweater. Okay, Reality Stone here. Not gonna play it. I want to save it for Lockjaw. I also have Kang that I can use later on. I have Thor. I can use him on turn 4, which is probably the optimal play. Okay, he's playing Yondu. Filled my Quinjet. Oof, I really needed that card so I could play with Lockjaw, which sucks. I get Mind Stone. I'm gonna play it here because I want to draw stones to toss into Lockjaw. Okay, it looks like he's playing a Death Arrow deck, the most unplayed deck in the game. Lockjaw far right, Hood, Deadpool. Ooh, he might be playing something else. This is interesting. We're going to Soul Stone, Space Stone, and Reality Stone actually. The reason for this is because Space Stone allows us to move a card. Okay, Soul Stone, we draw. Leader, get Sunspot from that, which is whatever. Here we get Power Stone, which is also whatever, and Reality Stone. Ooh, I blocked his lane completely, which is really good. Yeah, the stones are so good, especially with Space Stone, because I get to move a card like this. Now I'm going to move Sunspot to the mid lane, and from here I can either Leech, Arrow, or Kang. I'm gonna play Kang here actually, because I want to know what he's playing on turn 5. I don't want to really save it for turn 6, because I kind of want to figure out if I want to toss Arrow or Leader right now. Okay, so he's not playing anything on turn 5, which means the next turn he's gonna be playing She-Hulk and another card, which is probably Arrow, I would say. Since I reset the turn, moving Sunspot mid, I still win Savage Land. And from here, I'm actually going to Leech because I know that he's not playing anything. So it completely screws over his game plan. I don't want to snap. I want to show you guys me winning the game before he retreats, hopefully. Or if he retreats on turn 6, it's going to have 5 power on the board. The next turn, I can actually play Leader into Atlantis. The reason I want to do this is because I'm going to copy his card in mid lane, which is going to tie this. And I'm probably just going to win because of Savage Land. Okay, so he doesn't skip this time. He plays Deathlock. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to play Shang-Chi to destroy his Deathlock. If he plays something else, I'll be destroying that instead. And then I'll have Soul Stone here to reduce the power. And I don't want to play Space Stone because I want to give our Sunspot that 1 power to tie this lane if he doesn't play anything there. Okay, it looks like he just plays She-Hulk. And then I get a Shang-Chi him. And I get a win. That pool with Lockjaw in Savage Land was crazy. It forced him to have a Raptor, which just gave us the win. Okay, playing against Koki. Yeah, so far I haven't really been able to play Leader. He's really a situational card. So sometimes you want to use him. Most of the time you probably won't. But when you do use him, it's going to be a shocking play, you know? Here, Plunder Castle. Terrible for us. Terrible. Not going to play anything because I want to feed Lockjaw with cards. Okay, we get Ant-Man here, Reality Stone. Okay, Lockjaw here. I'm actually gonna toss everything because I want to move a card into Plunder Castle right now. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna play Space Stone, Ant-Man, and Reality Stone. The reason I don't want to play Rock is because I don't want to shuffle him back into my deck. So I want to play Reality Stone to draw a card. And then I can move whatever is in the hub to the mid lane. Okay, we get Leader from that draw, Soul Stone. It doesn't matter what we really get over here because we get to move a card over. So even if we get bad cards, it's not really that bad. Okay, Expansion. Okay, we get Rock from here. So we don't get a card from this. He gets Rhino, it destroys the lane, which is crazy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move Rock, and then I'm gonna play Thor far left, and I'm gonna play Mind Stone far left. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to draw some stones, maybe toss it into Ruins, and I'm gonna play Leader on turn 6 most likely actually, because only 6 cost cards can be here. So I kind of want to power up a left lane as much as possible to hopefully win it, or to get the opponent to not really play there. Okay, he plays Mr. Fantastic. From here, I'm gonna play Kang. I'm gonna play Kang in Ruins, so I can know what comes out of Ruins from Lockjaw, and I'll know what my opponent plays for turn 5. Okay, I get a Rock. So now I know I don't even really want to waste a card in Lockjaw because I just get a Rock from it. So the most optimal play I would say is playing Leader in Plunder Castle. Makes the most sense. So from here, I know he plays a card into Subterranea, and I can't play a card in here in Ruins because I'd rather just use Leader. So I'm actually going to play Arrow here just for power. Ooh, so he changes his play. So now I move those cards over. He gets Shang-Chi and Rock. Wow, that really screwed him up. And he surrenders. Yeah, so if that didn't happen and he continued playing, I would have played leader here in Splinter Castle, so he would have to have 5 power to tie here at least, and then whatever he plays in Ruins, I would win that lane for certain. Shang-Chi didn't do anything for him because my cards are too low cost, and that's why Thor is a really good card, because sometimes you can just have him for that 4 power, but sometimes you can actually have him with the 10 power if you want. Okay, I only have 3 stones. What the heck? 4 stones. Wow. Having the space stone here is good because we can move to Sanctum. Otherwise, this is pretty bad. I think I'm just gonna play Time Stone here to draw a card. I think I want to draw as many cards as I can at this point because I'm not having anything I can actually play in the later turns. Okay, Mind Stone. If I play Mind Stone here, I'm only gonna get Power Stone from this, so it's an okay play. I could play Soul Stone as well, which I think I'm going to do. I'm probably gonna play Arrow on turn 5 or 6. Okay. Oh, okay, so he plays Armor in Fist Tower, so there's no point of really focusing on playing Arrow there. From here, this is one of the best things that could have happened, because we can play all 4 cards here and change Reality Stone to something else and move a stone. So this lane actually won't be locked. Okay, so he surrenders. Wow. That was crazy. Playing against Goshu. Okay, Elysium. I can Lockjaw and Time Stone, and I also have Leech early on, which is really good. Wow, 6 cost cards are now only 4. I'm gonna Lockjaw and Time Stone here. I could just toss Magneto into Lockjaw later if I wanted to. Get Mind Stone. I'm just drawing a bunch of things at this point. Okay, bunch of rocks. Ooh, okay. He's pretty much gonna play Viper here. So I'm gonna play Space Stone here to lock my left lane, which will cause him to be forced to keep his cards. And then I'm gonna leech him. Yeah, I'll save Soul Stone for now because I don't think I really need it. Okay, so he doesn't play Viper right now. Okay, wow. And we get Thanos. And he also gets leeched. So now he can't Viper even if he wanted to. Okay, Debris. Yeah, good luck buffing your deck now, dude. Moving Thanos to Quantum Realm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Kang and I'm gonna play Soul Stone so I know what I get from Lockjaw and I know what I draw. This will give us a better read into if I want to play Magneto or not. Because if this card I get is too low power, then it's not worth playing Magneto. After knowing he's playing Green Goblin, he's definitely playing some sort of hazmat deck. Yeah, after knowing he's playing Green Goblin, the most optimal play here is actually playing Arrow, because if he's playing Green Goblin, it's going to force him into the left lane. He's just going to lose. I save these 2 cards just because don't want to clog up the lane. I move whatever he has over. Doesn't matter what I get. And I get Sunspot. Oh, what? Oh, I get Time Stone. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play Magneto far right. And Thor. This is overkill. I'm playing Magneto here and I'm gonna clog his entire Quantum Realm lane, which is insane. Oh wait, I moved Green Goblin. That was pretty bad. Okay, I misplayed there. He's playing Spider-Man. Wow, so he has to beat 6 and then 1. I'm just gonna end turn. Who cares? Wow, he knew the calculations and he still played to lose. That's crazy. Yeah, he tied here, but he knows that he was going to lose mid, so he still played it through, which is wild. What I could have done earlier was actually not play Magneto here because it ruined everything, because I forgot Green Goblin was in this left lane and I confirmed this side to win already. What I could have played here instead, I could have just tossed Sunspot in this lane, powered up with energy, or I could have just played leader mid lane. I think playing leader mid lane was probably the most optimal play there. Even though he had Spider-Man, it didn't matter because he didn't even have enough power to beat me regardless. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have these cards, I think you should try out this deck, even if you don't have Kang. I think it's pretty fun to play overall, and it's really off meta compared to the decks that everyone is playing right now. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube, give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any thoughts or opinions or ideas, you can always just comment below, or I'm always on Twitter at marvelsnap. Thank you for watching.